So hey you guys, your girl is back. And today I'm going to be working with Yolissa Hair. Now I have had this hair on and the girls have been eating me up wanting to know details. So you're going to get all the information you need on how to get your hair looking exactly how mine's is. Okay, so all you got to do is stay tuned and watch the video, y'all. So this is hair from Yolissa Hair, you guys. This is a 13x4 HD lace frontal wig. It is 26 inches and it's already a little pre-plucked and it has a little strap. And this is a couple of the products that they actually sent me in the packaging. So with this hair, you guys, it is 613 hair. Y'all know that's like my OD triple favorite. So with 613 hair, I never wear it out the pack. Like, it's too yellow, it's too brassy, it's not very complimentary. So I will be using some purple Shimmer Lights conditioner. I just put water in my sink and then I put some of the conditioner in there and switch it around. Make sure it's a very thick, good mixture. And then I actually proceed to put the wig inside of there. So you see the wig is very brassy and yellow. So with putting this in here, the purple shampoo will cancel out the yellow to have like more of a white, blonde, silver tone. If you want your hair to really be silver, you need to leave it here for a long time. But I try to leave this clip in with real time so you guys can see just how quickly the color will change and it will cancel out all that yellow just by like me dumping it back and forth. You can leave it sitting in there, but I promise you, you need to watch it because at the end of the day, girl, she's going to change and then you're going to have to go through a whole process to get it out. Now, this color that I'm toning it to will last for maybe like 3 to 4 washes. But then I'll just go ahead and tone it again with the same method. But I will say that if it is not as yellow, not as white blonde as you want it, you can actually go ahead and tone it again up to your liking. Like if you want to do this next week again, you can do it. Just depends, because I know when you flat iron your hair, some of the color of the silver will be lost, but it just depends. So right here, this is where I realized that the top of the wig wasn't as silver as the bottom of the wig. So then I just kind of let that sit in there for a little bit and I rinsed it out. Now this video will be a very detailed video on how I get my wigs to be that perfect ashy white blonde. And it just goes super well with my skin tone as well. Now, I did condition the wig with the Shimmer Light shampoo, but now I'm going to go in with just my regular shampoo. Not my shampoo, my regular conditioner, and just rinse out the hair and take my time because, you know, this is a fresh wig and I don't want much of the hair to come out. But the great thing about Yolissa Hair, and this is like my 3rd wig from them, it is minimal shedding. This is some really good 613 hair. And I know people always want to know what's my favorite go-to 613 hair. This is the exact hair that I would go to for any type of 613 look or any white blonde hair that I'm looking for. I've had no issues with them. And honestly, I've been thoroughly impressed. So now it's time to go ahead and get into the lab. And also, this is my new beauty studio. I will be having a video coming on that soon, so definitely stay tuned. So this is what the hair looks like when it's dry. You see how silvery and ashy it is? It just looks so much better than that yellow hair, okay? Don't nobody got time for that. So normally, I go ahead and do my ball cap method. I kind of do the same ball cap method every time. I tell y'all, I just basically cut the ears out, put my little stocking cap around it, and then I go ahead and use a concealer powder of my choice. Now, I do prefer to use a powder that is dry. I know some people use the sprays and stuff. I do like to use the dry one. And a key component to making my wig look really good is I actually put the powder down on the cap before I actually start gluing the cap to my scalp. Now, I do this because when I notice you put the glue first and then put the powder, you see it darkens like a line around there. And that's like not the best with blending. So with me going ahead and coating the cap first, it ends up being a way better melt. And then I'm just going to take my rat tooth comb. I'm actually going to be using my Bowl Hold Active. Bowl Hold is the best glue. I love Bowl Hold. That's typically the only glue I like to use. Really good for when I sweat. It lasts a fairly long time. It just depends on how many layers. So with this, I'm actually going to use one thin layer. You guys can see I'm kind of spreading it around, and I put it a little bit right above the front of my hairline. And that is because I don't want all my hair to fall out, But also another great reason is because when you lay white blonde hair, you don't typically want it exactly on the hairline. You want it a little bit before the hairline. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of the makeup and actually coat the inside of the lace just so it can blend and give scalp. And I'm going to be using my Kendra's Boutique hot comb. And this is just to make sure that when I glue it down, it's no straggly pieces. Now, up until this point, I have not plucked anything. And now I decided, I'm like, I do want to take a little bit out. I only end up plucking the sides though. I plucked this side and I also plucked the other side. I don't really pluck the middle. I leave that the way it is because I think that it was a pretty good gradient pluck. And then after that, I just proceed to take my wig off and cut the bald cap off so it's right where my hairline is. And with laying my wig with 613, I do lay it in front of my hairline, but I have to be very careful because my forehead is not pretty big, so I don't want it to be really low and give like a Chewbacca look. But I just keep it high enough where everything kind of looks natural, but it's not aligning with my black hairline, because if it does align with the black hairline, it's going to seep through. I don't know why, but it just always seeps through so much more. And then I'm going to do now another layer. If you want your wig to last a very long time, I highly recommend doing maybe 4 to 5 thin layers, like 4 thin layers. And then the 5th one is when you're actually ready to glue on. But with me, I only leave my wigs on maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So I just do 2 layers of glue, very thin coats, let them dry. And then I actually go ahead and do another one and it dries clear. And then I put the wig on. Now, with putting the wig on, I could tell, okay, it's a little big on the sides. And I also noticed that it is really not where I want it to be lined up. So because I knew it wasn't glued down completely yet, baby girl, I just went ahead and peeled that thing right back on up. So that's the great thing about doing this, is you can kind of get the placement right and see if you like her. If you don't, if you take your time, honestly, you should be able to lift it up, because it's not, I haven't pressed it in yet, but I had to show y'all the imperfection because sometimes it don't be hitting. And I do go ahead and do my little band. I leave my band on for maybe 45 minutes to an hour. It just depends on how I feel. But this time I did want to press my hair out, so it ended up working out perfect. I just laid the wig down and then I went ahead and pressed it out. Now you will see the roots is a little bit purple, and that's because it did get a lot of Shimmer Lights conditioner right there. But over time it's going to come out. If I really, really wanted to come out, all I would have to do is bleach it out, like, with 30 Developer and some bleach powder, but it wasn't that serious to me. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a side part today. So that's why I have my hot comb out and my wax stick, because it just makes it lay a lot flatter. And I just take it piece by piece. The key to pressing hair is you have to take small pieces and you have to give love to every single piece. Like, you can't just go through pressing your hair with no product. Like, it's not going to lay. So with this, I am using some serums that I like to use. This one, I believe I'm using my Paul Mitchell serum. And if you guys are interested, I'll have a link below. And I'm also using my wax stick. And you might not see it on camera for every part, but best believe I'm putting a little bit on each one. And that's how I'm actually getting it to lay. And you see that smoke coming? I told y'all, so with the Shimmer Lights, it will be super silver. But then sometimes when you press your hair and you use 400 or 450, it will take a little bit of the color out. Not a lot, but just a little bit. And then sometimes it might not. It just depends on the hair. But with me, it does take a little bit of it out. But it's okay, because it still gives me that silver look. It looks way better than what it was before. But I'm attempting to do a side part. So you guys see my makeup is shining through on the scalp. So that's how I know I did a really good job with that. And if you wanted to lay even more, you can actually add a little bit more makeup. But I'm going for a pretty natural blonde look. Like, y'all like, girl, how can it be natural and blonde? But it can. Now with me, I'm also noticing, to get that salon perfect look, you have to clip the ends. Now, I'm not the best at clipping my ends, but I do like to just typically cut them straight across. And I feel like it makes the hair look way better. I hate when it's like straggly. So I just pull it forward and then I cut it across, and then I play with it just to see where it lays. I don't know how, but it honestly ends up being straight in the back as well. That's the best way I know how to get it where I want it to get. And then I go through and bump it. And now I'm actually going to take the lace off. With taking the lace off, I never cut the lace directly where the hair is. I always leave a little bit of lace in front of the hair, if that makes sense. Like, maybe like a little less than a half inch, maybe a 1/4 inch of lace. I always leave it on the wig when cutting it off. It just helps it to blend. When you cut the lace right where the hair is, I don't know why, it just makes it a little wiggier. But sometimes when you leave a little bit of extra lace on it, like just a small little bit, like a 1/4 inch, like not even that much. You can probably see right there. The one that's like a little hangy right there where my finger is, it will make it look so much better if you do that. And then I was like, sometimes with me gluing in front of my hairline, I do have to go back in and do touch-ups. So I'll just use like my little duck clip, put a little glue there, spread it around, and then lay the lace right there in that portion. Because, I don't cut my lace straight across either. So sometimes it just needs a little extra care. So don't be afraid to have to go back in and just, lay it down. Because honestly, at the end of the day, girl, I'm here to help y'all get your 613s looking like mine. It's a science. I done worked on it for years, and this is the method I came up with, and I actually love it. Also, if you guys are interested in purchasing this wig, it will be linked in the bio, you guys. So jump on top of that. And Yolissa actually has a bunch of other hair over there in wigs, but the particular one I have will be directly linked in the bio. Now, I do not do the baby hairs. I don't like baby hairs like that. So I do just do a little bit of sideburns. I don't like 613 with baby hairs. I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan. But I will do like a little side swoop kind of. And you guys will see just how it looks naturally when it lays. It looks really, really pretty. So I don't know, girl. She be working for me. And then another thing that I love to customize my hair also is to just put a little bit of layers in it. I don't do much layers. I don't do much. But I'm going to use my razor and just go through and kind of frame my face out a little bit. It does take some time because I'm not the most perfect, but I like it because it makes it kind of seem a lot more like customized for me necessarily versus just me throwing like a Barbie doll wig on my head. So you see how right there I got the little swoop going? So I'm not really necessarily doing baby hairs, but I'm like swooping it to the side. But it's giving the illusion, looks very natural. And it's eating very much so. So overall, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. This has been my most requested hair. And this is the hair. The bundle is actually what the hair looked like before I toned it. So it's not that yellow because of my light, but you can see compared to the hair on my head, the hair on my head looks a lot better. And it's more complimentary of my darker skin tone. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys are interested, everything will be linked in the bio. And also, if you guys have any questions, make sure you comment them below and show this video some love. I love y'all. I miss y'all. I'm coming back on this channel. I haven't been on here in a while, but your girl's gonna be back soon, so stay tuned.